Hi everybody, it's Lisa from Lisa's Paper Passion. Due to popular request, this is the tomato pincushion tutorial. Da, 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 da. I can't find my channel sign, so I always like to show that in the beginning, but amongst the mess of my craft table, which I just cleaned a few days ago, as all of you could understand, except those of you who keep yours really clean, and kudos to you. Anyway, I wanted to show you how to make a tomato pincushion, just like this one, if you like this one. And they're really fun to make, and they're not easy after you get used to them a little while. My first one was huge, and my mentor, Gladys taught me how to do it. So wanted to share my knowledge with you. And it is not that hard. It just takes a little bit of time and patience. So, oh, there's something stuck in the bottom of this. So, anyway, the supplies you're going to need are some kind of yarn. In this tutorial, I'm going to be using this beautiful twine that I got from Target. It was, I think, $1 or $1.50, but for the color of the tomato cushion that I'm going to make today, it goes really well. You're going to need 2 types of needle and thread. You're going to need a thinner one, like this. I'm trying to hold things far away from the camera. And then you're going to need, oh, the other needle I was looking for is a big mama one, like this one. And the reason why you need a big one like this is because you're going to be going through the whole tomato pincushion, like from the top to the bottom. So you want something that's long and that could be inserted all the way through, because you can't do that with a smaller needle. But anyway, then you're going to need a couple of, not a couple, just one. I just, excuse my hands, I've been painting this morning, working on another project, so my hands are kind of dirty from crafting. But I just chose some of these just to kind of see what mood I'm in, to use what I want to figure out what I'm going to use in the middle. So you're going to need that, and then you're going to need a glue gun. There's my glue gun. My Martha Stewart glue gun died. Oh, I just found my channel sign. Here it is, Lisa's Paper Passion. Oh well, better late than never. But anyway, glue gun to adhere the middle, and oh, and then of course the most important thing is the cotton or stuffing. I get mine from Walmart. I threw the bag away. I would show you, but it's just plain cotton stuffing, and I know it doesn't really show well on the white background, but apparently it attracts needles. So you're gonna need that. So let me see. Let me just do this real quick. I thought I had everything ready. I'm sorry. Oh, I do have it ready. I wanted to make sure that it was knotted at the end, and it is. So let me just snip that a little bit. Okay, so what you're going to start with is a piece of fabric, and I already did this on my sewing machine. Oh, you're going to need a sewing machine too, unless you like to sew by hand. And so what I did is I took this piece of velvet that I got from Joann's, and I love working with velvet because, like you see, this one is a green velvet that I also got from Joann's. And what you're going to do is cut out a circle, shape of a circle 2 times. So you need one from the top and you need one for the back. And I just used a kitchen bowl for this one. This one is about 5.5 inches across. That just happened to be the size of my cereal bowl, and that gives you this size of a pincushion, which you'll see when we make one real quick. So anyway, I'm going to watch my time because I want to make this less than 15 minutes because I had a lot of trouble loading it the other day. So even though I can load videos that are more than 15 minutes, for some reason I had trouble. But what you're going to want to do is put the fabric inside out. I'm trying to find the point in which I stopped sewing. Here we go. Okay, so you're going to put them the insides facing each other. So I guess, you know, if that makes sense, what you want on the outside has to be on the inside. Okay, so you just sew around a circle. As you can see, I went around a circle, but you want to leave, like, I would say a 1-inch gap, so that you can put your stuffing in here. And what I just usually do is I just take the stuffing, and I'm not going to do it here because I have one ready to go. So you just take your stuffing a little bit at a time, and you just start stuffing it. Some people use chopsticks. I just use scissors, and I just kind of let it go inside. See? So you're going to stuff it, stuff it, stuff it. And the secret that Gladys taught me is stuff it until you can stuff no more. So what you're going to end up having is something like this, which my 11-year-old says like a rock. It looks like a rock, I think, because of the color. So you could kind of see that it's not perfectly round, but that's okay. We don't really care at this point, because by the time we're done with it, it will be round. So you see, I stuffed it till it can't be stuffed anymore. And then the reason why you don't want this gap to be too big is because you're going to have to hand sew this part, and you don't want too much showing. And when I first started making them, let me see if on this one, you don't want any Frankenstein stitches, which you can kind of tell on this one that I did. So anyway, so that's the reason why you don't want your hole too big. So then you just take a needle and thread, preferably the color of your fabric, and we're just going to sew this. And I'm going to pause my video while I sew this because I don't want to waste time on this part. So we're just going to sew this shut using our hand. Okay, so I sewed this shut. As you can tell, it kind of shows a little bit, but we're going to put the thread over this once we start making it look like a tomato. So what I'm doing at this point is just kind of massaging it out, kind of making sure that everything's full. You know, you might even want to shape it like a circle at this point. And then we're going to decide which one's going to be the top and which one's going to be the bottom. So I kind of like this as the top. So what I'm going to do at this point is take a pen and just mark the middle. Because once you start making it into tomato, that kind of looks like the middle to me, because we really need that reference point. Okay, so from this point on, think of this circle as a clock. So I have my threaded twine, and I like to double it because it looks better, and that way you don't have to go over it 2 times. And as far as the length, I hopefully will have enough. You know what, I'm going to change the length just because I want to make sure that I have it way more than enough. So I'm going to take some more of this twine, because I was trying to eyeball it to get ready for this video, and I don't know if I have enough. So I'm going to choose a pretty big long length, needle my gigantic needle. I got this needle from, I think I got it for Daiso. It was like a pack of needles. Oh yeah, here it is. I have it right in front of me. Oops, sorry about that. It was like a giant pack of 27 pieces of different needles. See, I think I'm using this one. This must be my backup, but it was $1.50 for all that. I love that store. I'm so thankful that there's a Daiso near me. Okay, sorry about this. I thought I was ready to go. Okay, we're at the 8-minute mark, so I'm going to kind of go fast at this point. Okay, so we're going to start with the bottom. Okay, so you're going to put this through. That's why we need a gigantic needle. And this needle sometimes doesn't go all the way through. So what I do is I just use my table. It's kind of like push it down on my table so that I can pull it all the way through. Okay, so this is how we're beginning. This is going to be the bottom. We're not going to see that. We'll still trim it. Okay, so at this point we're going to go like a clock. We're going to go up, and what you're going to do is pull as you're going up. So we're going to go, this is the top, we're going to go up, and we're going to put our needle again on the bottom, but don't put, of course, don't choose the same spot, choose somewhere close, and then go up, again, don't choose the same hole on the top, and I'm going to use my table again because this needle is really thick, and it's okay if it looks like this because we're going to cover it. So see what I did at this point? I created 12 o'clock position, if I may. I'm going to pull it, see how it's already shaping the tomato. So while you're pulling it, you're going to do the same thing. So as you're pulling it, kind of keep your fingers on the top and bottom, that way you don't lose the fluffy part. And I'm going to go to the opposite side now. I'm going to put my needle on the back, pulling it I realized I wasn't really in the video that much. Okay, so this one's going through a little bit easier, but I don't like it going up that way. So I'm going to make it go up this way. So you're going to pull it, make sure that your thread is opposite to this side, as straight as you can make it. Okay, so you're going to pull it now again. So we kind of have this going on right now. Now we're going to go this way. Oh, it's kind of fraying. That's kind of weird. Okay, so now we're going to go this way. Go to the back. Put our needle through. Pick a point from this side. Pulling it. Making sure we're forming our other side of the clock. So now we have this at this point. And again, it's okay if you're not, directly in the middle, because at the end no one's going to see that. Okay, so now we're going to go directly opposite here. Go through the back. And the first one I did didn't look quite as nice. I'm kind of pushing here to make my needle go up, but be careful because it is a needle and you don't want to hurt yourself. Okay, pulling this tight. So at this point we have kind of like a lumpy square. And you can adjust this thread since you still have it kind of to work with to make it more even. So we kind of want 4 equal shapes at this point. Okay, now we're going to go work in this part. Okay, so pulling it as you go, always. Go across. Needle up in the back. So your needle's always going to come up through the back. Okay, we got this one. I'm going to pull here. Fix it as I go along. Okay, we're at the 12-minute mark, so I'm going to kind of go faster at this point. So basically we're going to keep doing the same thing all the way around. So our tomato cushion's forming, as you can see. And see, I'm running out of thread. I thought I had enough, but that's okay because we can always add more. So you know what I'm going to do at this point? I'm going to pause it, pause the video, add some more, put some new thread. I'm going to, if this happens too, that's okay. Just close the, loop the thread, cut it off. And I'm going to come back with more thread. Okay, I didn't know that I would run out of, I kept calling it thread, but it was really twine. So I put some more on my needle, and I'm just going to show you one more wedge. That way you could just do the opposite. So the last one I'm going to do is going this way. Let me see, look at the time. Let me just try to do it fast. That way we could do it together on the video. So basically the secret is you go from the bottom, actually there's no really secret, but, and then you poke the needle up through the, somewhere in the middle, trying not to touch the other. This tomato pin cushion is so cute. I love it. So many people have asked me about it, and I figured I might as well do a tutorial because I love to share what I know. My hands kind of got sweaty. Okay, so there it is. That's your tomato pin cushion. You can kind of adjust it to, to shape it. And once you glue it down, you're really not going to see this side of it because that's my bottom. So at this point, you can put this back on the bottom. For the time's sake of the video, I'm not going to cut this off. And so what you do is you just finish it and make a knot. Okay, so for the middle, real quick, we could choose something like this. I think that'll look pretty, or just a simple pearl. I want to cover all these things here in the middle. So you could choose something like that, or something like that. On this one, I put a doily and then put some more bling in the middle. So you take your glue gun, you put the middle in, and you're done. And what you can put this on anything. I put here this one on a box. You could put it on a mason jar. So anyway, I'm coming up to 15 minutes. I hope this helped you. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.